Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. I'm Bob Pompeani. So much to get into. A lot of NFL stuff not related to the Steelers we will get into a little bit later. And we'll also ask the question, should Pittsburgh have a domed stadium in which to play? Here are your panelists tonight. We have Joe Starkey from 93.7 The Fan and, of course, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. In the middle, it's Mark Kaboly from The Athletic. And to his left, it's Chris Mack. What's left of him?
What are you talking?
You've lost 30 pounds.
Yes, I have.
Recognize
Awaken 180 weight loss. Thank you for setting me up for the plug.
You got to get it in there when you can. #1 topic tonight, guys, will be the Steelers. And I'm going to ask this question not because I believe the Steelers are now all of a sudden in a playoff race, Joe Starkey, because I still think the numbers are so tilted against them, like 2% chance. So I'll ask this instead. From what you've seen of them, take into account it was Carolina and they dominate the NFC South. They've won the division, the Steelers. Do you think maybe they're closer to being back to being a competitive, legitimate playoff team, challenger, than maybe you thought at the beginning of the season, the way they're playing and potentially what they have?
No. I mean,
thank you, Joe.
Would they? Do they look like a team that could challenge for a Super Bowl? They don't look like that to me. I mean, they're 4-2 in their last 6. Give them credit for beating bad teams, right? The untold story going into this game was Carolina stinks. Can we all agree on that, gentlemen?
The whole division stinks. Tampa Bay got throttled today after being up 17-0.
They won the NFC South. They clinched it today, and they became bowl eligible. So those are two good things. I don't know, Bob. You know, it's very dangerous whether it's the end of a lost season like this. You know, I call it silly season with the Pirates, what happens in September. Very dangerous to try to judge things now for how good's this guy, that guy, how good's the team. I don't know, man. The season's lost.
Man, I feel really bad right now. I agree with you. I mean, who agrees with Joe Starkey? Seriously, you're right. You have to put this in perspective. The game is, you're beating Carolina, you're beating bad teams. Not only that, you look at today, they dominated Carolina. We're talking about an interim coach. We're talking about a terrible quarterback, right? We're talking about they were, 7 of 10 on third down, 3 of 3 on red zone. And you can go on and on and on, 180 yards rushing to 21, and they were still a one-possession game. Thank you very much, Joe.
You're welcome.
So it's still a one-possession game here. So you're right with the silly season. Other than with the Pirates, the entire season silly season for the Pirates to me. However, it is silly season. Do not believe what you see right now. It might be an inkling of what they could be if they add pieces to it, but you're right. This is just an average team.
I'm worried as someone who wants to see this team become better than they are. My shoulder's good. Thanks, Mark.
It's going to reach over for me.
I'm worried that they're going to take too much stock out of this terrible back half of the schedule,
right?
The ability to run the ball all of a sudden, and they're going to go, Matt Canada's our guy. And then they're going to go, oh, yeah, the offensive line's perfect. Leave it alone. And they're going to look at all these deficiencies that they have. They're going to see Devin Bush make one play every month down the stretch and go, well, he's fine at inside linebacker. These are all the holes that need to be covered up, that need to be fixed this offseason, that if they refuse to face those facts in the mirror, then they'll come back and just be another 8 or 9 win team next year, regardless of how much Kenny Pickett may.
You mentioned Matt Canada. That's an interesting question because I think a lot of people think and felt that he'd be gone at the end of this season. He still has another year left on a contract. However, the way things are going, let's just say they get even better offensively. They do this on a regular basis. Mark, do you think Matt Canada will be back now? And is that different than your opinion maybe when they
I don't think he could be back. I don't think he should be back. The bottom line is they're still, 16 points, 17 points a game with him, and that's not going to win you anything unless you're winning the NFC South. So no, I don't think Matt Canada come back. Like you're right, you're absolutely right with the point of overselling yourself here of what you have here. However, I do take solace in the fact that I think they have a nice core. Now, if they can add to that offensive line, that defensive line, with those high-level guys in the offseason, the draft, the free agency, then we got something there. You just can't go in and say Mason Cole, Kevin Dotson, whoever, Isaiah Loudermilk are guys. You add to that, then you got something coming, in my opinion.
I think this is the team that the Steelers wanted to be that we saw today. Mm-hmm. They wanted to have a ball control offense where they pounded people, didn't turn it over, and they wanted to rely on the highest paid defense in the NFL. That was the team they wanted to be that you saw today. Unfortunately, It came against Carolina. It's too little, too late. Is it a sign of things to come for next season? I don't think so. I prefer that they get better draft position. I thought it was better that they go 3-14. But you know what? I know what they believe, and who knows? Maybe they're right. Maybe this carries over. Some of it carries over into next season.
You'll hear all
I'm just
about
not
it.
buying
You'll hear all about it. The entire offseason, the strong finish. We thought we found some things towards the end of the year. Our offensive line gelled because they played every game together. They're going to talk about all these improvements that happened organically in the back half of the season. They didn't happen organically. They happened because you played Carolina and Atlanta and New Orleans and Cleveland and all these other jabronis.
They're 2-8 against everybody else.
Right. So I mean, and I understand those were early in the year. Pickett was thrown in the fire. He was basically baptized by fire. So fine, he's going to see growth naturally throughout the year. But to take stock of that and say, oh, we know what we're doing. We're building for the future correctly. That's a misnomer, in my opinion.
Some people will look at the games that they could have won, maybe should have won, like New England, like the Jets, like Miami, all these games. And if they had turned it around, they'll cite that as being closer than you think. We'll talk about that when we come back. We'll also talk about Deontay Johnson, who had his best game, but he still doesn't have touchdowns. Was he worth that contract signing? We'll get into that and more as we continue right here with this #1 Cochran Sports Showdown on KDKA-TV.
#1 Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by #1 Cochran. Go one better.